What's going on, everyone? So we know a couple things from this upcoming Scream 7. We know that Gale Weathers is expected to get back into the reporting group, right? She's getting back out there into the field and going to start reporting once again, start getting on the hunt of Ghostface like the good old days. And then also, there is going to be another cameraman, right? Joel doesn't appear to be in this film, and we got the hiring sheet for the casting call for a new cameraman for Gale Weathers, and there's supposed to be another reporter, like that reporter that is hungry, young, that basically gets on Gale Weathers' nerves, right? It's exciting, right? We got the original cast list, and there was like a handful of cast members. Now we're starting to get more and more, and they're still looking to hire several cast members and stuff. So as this information continues to pump out, I'm sure we're going to get more and more details. But we've seen kind of like the cameraman, or like the Gale Weathers counterpart, right? Like obviously Mrs. Loomis, and then Scream 4, right? Like, you could argue that was similar. Like they had their own show, their live stream thing, right? They wanted Sydney on. They didn't really care about Gale, right? Asking all these questions and stuff. But you've seen this element before, right? Here's my thing, though, and this is a concern of mine. Scream 5 and 6 did so many things that Scream 96 and Scream 2 did that, many ways we talked about it. Like, it's carbon copy version of those versions, right? I mean, even like the Ghostface were the same, all that stuff. I am, because of this, very nervous that there is going to be a Mrs. Loomis, Debbie Salt 2.0. That what we're going to get is we're going to get this new character that's going to come in, and he's going to be young and wet behind the ears reporter that's going to, challenge Gale and want to get information and kind of want to, boost his own career to stardom. And he's going to be, kind of a red herring and all that stuff. And we're all going to kind of raise our eyebrow and go, no, they're not going to do it again. No way they're going to do it again. And then ultimately they're going to do it again. Right? Like, because, I mean, look, I said this in Scream 5, I said it in Scream 6, and both times it happened. Now, there's several other things that have been rumored that are very similar to 96 and Scream 2, and we'll talk about those things and other things. I just want to talk about this reporting thing in particular, but I have genuine concern about that. We saw Scream 6 do the parent gender swap, but it was still the same thing, right? Like, instead of the mother, it was the dad. And people try to justify, but it was also the brother and the sister too. Like, it still was the same idea. It was still the same concept, right? And now, last thing I want is you're going to have this new reporter that's going to come in, who's going to challenge Gale and all that stuff, and is going to see this as an opportunity, and we're going to think, no, they're not going to do it again, and then they're going to do it again. And we're going to get a Scream 2 3.0 at this point, right? It's going to be, the cameraman is involved and wants to take out Sydney or whatever, right? Like, or take out Gale and Sydney, right? Like, I hope that that's not the case. I would rather them flip it on its head, have that be a red herring, have us kind of, think to oh, no way, they're doing this again, they're going to bring this back, oh no, right? Like, we now we know who the killer is, and then turns out, oh no, it's not, right? It's not him. Have him either like he dies, or I also think it'd be cool if you kind of had like a bit of a cotton thing, right? Where it's like, is he the killer? Like, because we've seen it before, it's kind of set up as if he's the killer. Maybe it's a little weird, right? It's like, man, they're gonna do this, and then he's kind of the hero at the end, right? Maybe he shows up to try to like save Gale and Sydney, and Gale and Sydney are reluctant because they think like he might be a part of it, but really he's not a part of it. He's just, he's just trying to do the good thing and trying to help, and or maybe even plays it up like, imagine, you get the scoop of Gale dying, right? Like, and you could be the reporter that's here, and kind of like I said, like we saw with Mrs. Loomis, where she basically played into Cotton, right? She sent you to prison for a year type thing, right? Like, be the person, like, get your revenge type thing, right? But it's something like that. Like, Gale is just, if she's just, a brat and blah, blah, blah. And if you kill her, right, you can get the scoop right now, and, and yada, yada. And that could be kind of like, uh-oh. And then he ends up saving the day, right? Like, that's kind of what I prefer. Because, again, we've just seen this. We've seen this already. And obviously, it's like, how many different things can you do? Like, every movie at this point is just like a reimagining or a remake of something else and stuff. But there's a lot of things in Scream we haven't done, right? I understand, like, there's only so many motives and so many ideas and directions that you can go with a particular killer and motive and whatnot. But there's also a lot of things that Scream hasn't done that they can do motive-wise, that, yeah, we may have seen in other movies and other franchises and things like that, but we haven't seen it in Scream. So, again, it's creative for this. I don't want to see us continuously go down the same rabbit hole, and that's a real concern that I have with these Scream movies, and I've talked about and highlighted, right? Like, these Scream films, the writing has not been very creative, in my opinion. The writing has not been very ideal, in my opinion, right? Like, I just think that it's kind of like picking pieces of an already finished product, and then, 80% of it is this product, but you finish the other 20% and you're like, it's mine, it's my own thing, right? Like, it's just, we can all just see it, right? Like, Mrs. Loomis 2.0, only this time it's not like a mother or anything like that. It's just some, like, young kid trying to find their way, and turns out that they're the killer. And it's like, surprise, Sydney, right? Like, or surprise, Gale, at that point, right? And I don't want to see that. I really don't. I want them to, I'm all for having a rival cameraman and all that stuff, and having somebody in it that, that Gale has to kind of deal with and is annoying and a pest, and it's the red herring, and it's kind of like, oh, is this real? But then ultimately, in the end, all is right. Like, either they die or, they come to save the day. One of the two. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Any forwarded thoughts? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Kind of mixed in the middle. Do you want them to do you care if they do the camera person again? Or do you think, no, don't do that. Don't go that route. However you feel, whatever your thoughts are. Either way, love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.